Thanks for the reminder, Roy. It's the 17th of September, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
Okay, thank you. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shalom Furst here. It's Shiva Samanafshi and Shalom Care Zoom. Our first year this morning learning Pirkei Avos, the 6th parak, the 9th brisa there. We're in the Marim in Prague, Der Chaim, and we're in the 7th paragraph in our document. Okay, yeah, the mayor or Roy or Lou, who would like to begin to do a little reading?
Volunteer. V'gam she'hakdim lomar dvarim elu bevadai amar v'yoshar amar. So also, what is shehakdim?
Is to like hektim is usually to like give a preface, to preface in the follow with the following.
So also to preface that we learned these things. Certainly, they're certainly true and straight statements. De'im lo chain, lama lo lahakdim, dai he haya im haya mivakesh mimenu v'haya miv maftiach oso al kacha. That if not, if it's not so, why would he preface die is sufficiently?
Right.
Haya, what it is with or if it is, there was a request from us, and there was
from him. He wanted to. It wasn't requesting from us. Right, the request is taking place from him. Right? So it's it says here, Gam lehiktim, also to preface, to say Blamar Devarim Elu, to say these things, but Bade Emes V'Yashar, definitely he was saying truthful and correct things. Deim lo kain, if it wouldn't be so, lama lo lekdim dai hayim hayim mevakish memenu. Meaning, if it wasn't so, meaning if again, whose perspective are we talking about here? We're talking from the perspective of the person who encountered Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma. Again, Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma is walking along the road. He received a greeting of shalom from the other person. The question that we're dealing with is, why didn't he, Rabbi Yosef ben Kisma, greet the other person first? That's really the derech eretz. That's the halacha, what a person's supposed to do. You're supposed to, each and every one of us is supposed to greet the other person first, not wait to be greeted. We should initiate and say shalom to the other person, greet the other person first before they greet us. So the question is, why didn't Yosef ben Kisma greet the stranger approaching him first? Right, so we gave several explanations, and this is another explanation that he's going into, that he should have said, in fact, right, initiated, right, and the fact that the other person initiated it was a proof of his emes v'yasha, of his true, of his honesty and his correctness. The locain lama lo lehektim, because if he wasn't a truthful and honest person, right? If this stranger which was approaching Rabbi Yosef ben Kiza was not an honest and straightforward person, right? Meaning it would be enough that he simply asked from him, like, why don't you come live with us? He didn't have to give a preface of giving him shalom. Mavtiach also al kacha, and simply just make the offer with the promise. Just make the offer with the promise.
Maftiach is to make the offer.
Excuse me?
The word maftiach means to offer.
No, mavtiach is the guarantee, the guarantee for it. It was offering him a lot of money.
So I'm a little confused. He prefaced it to teach us these things, and it's certainly correct, because if not, he wouldn't have said shalom first.
No, again, the other person, by initiating and saying shalom to Rabbi Kisma, that was a verification of his honesty and his sincerity.
Okay. And so by saying shalom, he indicated his honesty and sincerity. And what does that have to do with the preface?
Because if the other person simply was responding with shalom, that would be no indication of his honesty and sincerity. The fact that he was makdim, that he initialized the greeting of shalom, that was a proof, a verification of his honesty and sincerity.
Okay. All right. Aval lahakdim l'davar imo divarim elu bevadai be'emes amar. But the preface for the words with him these words certainly are true, that he said.
Right. By initiating the greeting, that gave verification for what he was saying to be true, and that would be definitely true.
Lefichach amar u piga bi adam echad, and therefore he said, what is this word piga?
Oh, so that if you 1 second, let me see if I can put the first document on. If you look back at the first document, 1 second. Where'd it go? Right. If you look on your screen, you see it here. It says that the second line first is Mishnah Avos, Am Reb Yossi ben Kisma, right?
Right?
Hamachas haisi mahalik b'derech upaga bi adamech upaga. What's this word upaga be?
Encountered. Encountered.
Right,
Okay, so
right. He encountered.
he encountered. So therefore, when it says he encountered him, or he encountered one man. Therefore, it says he encountered one man. Velo Amar Upagiti Ba'adam Echad Ki Lo Nasan Hu Al Libo B'Pagi B'Pegi O Bo. And he didn't. It didn't say. I encountered him, one person, since he didn't give him his heart in encountering him.
So he's explaining as follows. There's a difference in the lashon that was used and the lashon that could have been used. The lashon that Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma, he himself used to describe the encounter was, right, that he said, right, upaga bi adam echad. Paga B, I was encountered. I think it's I was encountered by a certain person. I was encountered by a certain person. V'lo amar pegati ba'adam echad. It didn't say pegati ba'adam echad. So what's the difference? What's the difference between these expressions? Mary, you have any idea what the difference between these two expressions is?
I would think the first expression is that he encountered him with his heart, B, within him. And the other one is just, I encountered a person on the road, Sort of made it more personal.
Paga B, all right, only Paga B Adam Echad. There. Maybe like Paga B Adam Echad, like sort of like I had an encounter with. I had like saying I had an encounter with a certain person. I had an encounter with a person. Saying to say I had an encounter with a person is different than saying I was encountered by a person. Pagati ba'anim, I was encountered by a person, rather than I was encountered by a person.
Well, doesn't Pagati mean I encountered?
Well, it could be I was encountered by a person, right? Well, does it mean I was encountered by a person or I encountered a person?
Well, got B, would seem to me, I was encountered by somebody. B, wouldn't B mean, with him, or with me? B. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it means with me.
Well, usually bet as a prefix means in or with, right?
Right. Could be maybe by.
And
I was
the
encountered by a person.
and
Encountered by a person.
but does the yud mean me?
Inject.
Like
Yeah, but the question is, what's the difference? What's the difference between pegati or paga b? What's the difference between paga b and pegati? Pegati, but I encountered pegati. I encountered, right? Oh, I was encountered by a person. Pegati, but I was encountered by a person. Rather, the other paga b, that I encountered a person.
I was encountered by a person. I encountered a person. I don't see the difference.
One is I was encountered by a person. The meeting may not have been that you wanted. It was sort of like forced on you. And I encountered. The other one is that you initialized it, so you wanted to do it.
That's a little bit what I think so. I think that's what he's getting. That's what he's getting at, the Maharal. That's because look at the end of the sentence, right? V'lo omer pagati ba'adam echad ki lo nosen hu al leib b'pagabo, because he wasn't intending that for this encounter. He wasn't intending. He had no intention for this encounter, right? When it says paga bi adam echad, that a certain person met me, that indicates that he himself had no intention of this encounter. He wasn't initiating this encounter. He wasn't anticipating this encounter. It was the other person, the other person who was initiating the encounter.
So then when it says al libo, it means and his heart wasn't in it.
Yeah, well, le means like that. Also means the mind. He didn't have this in mind. Also, many times when Chazal, even the Psukim, speak about the heart, right? The heart many times is referring to the person's mind, his thoughts, right?
Right. So he was concentrating, and this guy comes up to him and says shalom, and he views it as an interruption. It's an undesirable encounter.
Right.
But then out of politeness, he has to say shalom back.
Right. Since he didn't initiate the encounter, he wasn't anticipating or planning the encounter. So that's also an explanation why he didn't give shalom first.
Right.
Okay.
Im natan libo al ze haya hu poseach b'shalom. That if he gave his heart to this, it would have been that he would have given shalom.
Right. That if this had been on his mind, if he was intending this encounter, if he was intending to encounter this person, he definitely would have given him shalom first.
So in other words, what we learned from this wording is that that the significance of the fact that he didn't give shalom first was that he wasn't really so interested in this encounter.
Right. He wasn't planning this encounter. As we said earlier, he maybe didn't even notice the person until the other person came in and interrupted him. He was so deeply involved in his learning, he could have not even been aware of the other person approaching him. Right. And until the person came and gave him shalom, so there was no forethought about the encounter whatsoever. He wasn't intending to encounter this person at all.
Right. Okay, weiter?
Yeah.
Torats
Oh,
Sha'al Oso Maiza Mekom Ata Uma Lo Lishol Maiza Mekom Ata. Okay, let's see. These are some hard words. Vayitorats, I don't know.
again, we had that at the beginning in paragraph 6. Look at paragraph 6.
Answer.
Right. A teretz is an answer, is a solution, right?
Oh, terets. Okay, right.
This is the verb. This is like a verb form. This is an answer. This answers.
This answers the question. And what is this word? Meiza?
Hey, this is again. Let's go back once. I just want to review. Just look at your screen briefly for a moment. If you notice on the screen, the third line, Amr Li, Rebbe Me'eza Makom Ata.
We're back in the first document now.
Yeah, sure. You look on your screen, you'll see the letters bolded, right? Just lost it.
From where? He said to me, Rebbe, from where? From what place are you? Where are you from? Where are you from?
Yeah, Me'eza Makom. Right. From where? What place are you from? From what place are you from?
Okay, so the answer to the question, where are you from? Or maybe he answered the question, where are you from? And what for him to answer, to ask from where are you from? Why is this stranger asking me where am I from? Is that what it means?
I would say let's take a look at this. But this is an answer shishal that he asked though. So me'eza makamata, from where you from? Lama lo l'shoyl me'eza makamata. He's asking what's the reason that he had to ask from where he was from? What was, in terms of the context of what we're supposed to be learning from this encounter? Why did this person ask him from where he was? Where is he from?
Right. What's a stranger coming up to me in the street out of the blue and questioning me?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing he says shalom to you, right? Says shalom to you, and then the first thing he asks you is where you're from. And what is this a policeman, an FBI agent, a Canadian Mounted Police? Who is this guy?
Right.
Usually, you get in trouble with the law. They show me your identification. They want to know who and where you're from. So what's this guy, a CIA agent? Or what's this guy interested in? Strange.
Rock Sheroi Ha'adam B'Rebbe Yossi Shehaya Osek B'Torah Ma'od. Only that it's appropriate for a man with Rebbe Yossi that he should be immersed in Torah very much.
One second.
What is Rebbe?
Rak shiroya ha'adam Rabbi Yossi shaya oisi b'Torah mo. Rak that the person saw that in Rabbi Yossi he was involved very much in Torah. He saw that Rabbi Yossi was a person who was very much involved with Torah. This person who encountered Rabbi Yossi, he saw that Rabbi Yossi was a person who was very, very extremely involved with Torah.
Right. Got it. Okay, so rock. So it's why does he ask where am I from? Only because he saw that Rabbi Yossi was very deeply immersed in Torah. Umipani umipnei ze lo hutzrecha lishol rak me'eze makom hu. And because of this, it's not hutzrecha. Is that the answer?
No, this from the word tzorach. He was acquired. And because of this, he only needed hutzrich. He only needed to ask only where he's from. Since he saw that Rabbi Yossi ben Kis was a person who was very involved in his learning, it was only necessary, therefore, only to ask him from where he was from. Why? He continues. Also, he didn't ask who he was, right?
I didn't ask who are you. Ki ro'eh oso mis bodeid b'Torah v'yada shehu talmid chacham gadol. He didn't ask who are you because he could see that he was contemplating deeply in the Torah, and he knew, that is, the stranger knew that he was a great Torah scholar.
Right. Since he saw that he was obviously very deeply engrossed in his learning, so already he could understand clearly that he was a great person in Torah, right? So he didn't have to ask who he was. Rather, he only needed to ask where he's from. That also is the question. What does it matter where he's from? You see, he's a Talmud Chacham. Why do you care now specifically where he's from? Let's see. Maybe we'll get an answer to that. What was so crucial in asking this question where he's from?
Ushe'e lo me'eze makom hu, and this question, where are you from? She'im eino mimakom Torah, if he's not from a place of Torah, yivakesh mimeno she yador eitzel kach. If he's not from a place of Torah, then he will request from him Sheyador, I don't know.
From Shidor, from dwell, from the dira is a dwelling. Sheyidor, he shall dwell. Etzlokach, he'll dwell it's by him. Meaning he saw Rabbi Yosef ben Kisma. He could understand clearly from the intensity of the learning of the Torah that Rabbi Kisma ben Kisma was doing when he was on the road. So when this person encountered him, right? So it wasn't necessary to know who he was, right? All he needed to know was he from a Makam Torah. Because why? Because Shema ain't a Makam Torah. Because if this person, meaning Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma, in the eyes of the person who greeted him, if this person who greeted Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma understood that Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma was not from Makam Torah, so he was going to now ask him that he should come and live by them.
Oh.
Look, you're not from a Makam Torah, right? So maybe you want to come and live by us, and we'll give you all this money and riches and wealth for your presence amongst us.
Ve'im Yomar Shehu Mimakom Torah Tarich the Faiso. And if he says that he is from a place of Torah, then he's required. What is Lefaiso?
Lefaiso to either in general it usually means appease, but it could also mean to entice.
I don't think entice would make sense. Appease might make sense.
Well, I don't know. Appease.
He's not going to entice him away from a place of Torah.
Right. Well, that was the point. He wanted to influence him, and perhaps maybe living with them.
Oh, so in other words, that's why Rebbe Yossi answers so harshly, because he says this guy is trying to entice me away from my place of Torah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, weiter.
Yeah.
V'hadin.
Yeah, we can go.
No, I'm sorry. V'havin Rabbi Yossi devar zeh miyad. Rabbi Yossi understood this matter immediately. Ki im lo kain ma haya lo tzarcha lishol ela bevadai lechach she'elu me'eze makom ata. Since if it wasn't so that he understood it immediately, what would it be for him to be compelled, I guess, to ask this? And certainly for you, that these she'elo, this question of where of your place. I don't know. I'm a little lost at the flow.
Okay, so having Rabbi Yossi Davar, and Rabbi Yossi understood this right away. Kim Loking, because if it wouldn't be that he understood it this way, or right away, what was the necessity of him having to ask? Meaning, if it was obviously Rabbi Yossi understood this right away, right? And
what he understood, what that he Mason?
That he was obvious, right? He was obviously knew that this person wanted him to have something to do with him, right?
Right.
Because if not, right, what was the necessity of the question? Meaning the question of where are you from, right? The fact that it was asking from where you were from, that precluded the previous question that should have been asked, who are you? Should have asked, like, tell me who are you? Right? So the person didn't have to ask Rabbi Yossi ben Kissa, who are you? Because he already understood he's a Talmud Chacham. So since he understood he's a Talmud Chacham, right? And the only thing that he needed to know was if he came from a Makam Torah or not, right? So he proceeded straight away to asking that question without any further ado. He went straight to the actual question that needed to be asked. And he also understood, and Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma also understood this, because he obviously made it known that you don't have to ask me any preliminary questions. We don't have to stand on formalities here. Just let me know what you want.
שידע שאין מקומו שבא משם מקום חכמים ושמא מקומו מקום תורה ולא ירצה שילד משם. That he knows that his place is not, the place that he comes from is not from a place of sages, and maybe his place is a place of Torah, and not, and he doesn't want shayelcha, what is this word shayilcha?
That he should go. She should like leave there.
He should leave from there. So I'm a little bit confused.
Right, so שידוע שאין מקומו שבא משם מקום חכם. He knew, meaning Rabbi Yossi knew that this person who was approaching him did not come from a place of Torah, right? And the other person thought perhaps maybe Rabbi Yossi ben Kisma did in fact come from a place of Torah, and he's not going to be so interested in leaving there.
How does he know that the stranger is not from a place of Torah?
Usually, I can't say I know for sure, but apparently there's things. See, that's what he said at the very beginning. Having Rabbi Yossi davar zeh miyad. He understood this right away, right? From the fact that the person was asking it, the other person started asking, where are you from, right? He asked him, from where are you, right? Instead of rather asking, who are you, right? Rabbi Yossi understood that this person himself is not coming from a Makom Torah. Why that's so apparent, I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure why that's so apparent, but I would maybe think that since the person is asking him, from where are you, right? Meaning again, Rabbi Yossi, he is the Talmud Chacham. And the other person is asking him, tell me, where are you, Rabbi? Where are you from? Where are you from, Rabbi? And Rabbi Yossi understood that if this person was interested in knowing where he's from, it must be that he himself is not from a Makom Torah.
Or maybe it could be that Rabbi Yossi deduced that the stranger recognized him, Rabbi Yossi, as a chacham, because he was so immersed
Correct.
in the Torah, and
Correct. That's right. Correct. Yeah, good.
and then the reason that he offered him so much reward was because he wanted to bring such a person to his place where he lived, because there was no Torah there. And he wanted to introduce
Right.
Torah into his city. And Rabbi Yossi said,
Right.
"Oh, that's very nice, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my Torah involvement."
Right. That seems to be the explanation. Correct.
Well, the
Yeah.
Hashiv miyad meir gedola shel chachamim v'shel sofrim ani kolomar v'lo tivshak l'dor imacha b'makomcha, and therefore Hashiv is what he understood, or he thought.
Let's see. Lefikach, right? Lefikach, Heshiv miyad. Therefore, Lefikach, therefore, Heshiv miyad. Therefore, he answered him right away.
And Meir, what's Meir?
He answered, Meir Gedola Shel Chachamim Mesofer money. He said, he answered immediately. I come from a great city of scribes and sages.
Oh, right. Meir, from a city. And sages and scribes. Is this Ani or Ani?
Ani, Ani.
I say, do not ask, do not request that I live with you in your place. So by answering that he was already hinting, I'm in a place where I want to be. I don't want to leave and come to your place where there's no Torah.
Right. I don't desire, do not desire, I don't seek to live with you in your place. Okay, let's see. Okay, maybe good time to stop, I guess. Let's stop here. And we'll pick this up tomorrow.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Lou. Very good reading. I appreciate it very much.
Yes,
And we'll start the Mishnah Berurah in short time.